guys and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm doing a Q&A because I haven't done one in so long and they're one of my favourite videos to film ever. I just really like doing chatty style videos. So yeah, I have quite a lot of questions to answer. I asked on my Facebook and my Twitter for people to give me some questions to answer in this video and I got quite a lot, so I'm going to answer a few of those now. The first question is from Alyssa and she says, if you could be any Disney princess for the rest of your life, who would you be and why? Now, that's really hard because there's so many that I'd want to be. Obviously, my favourite Disney princess is Rapunzel or Cinderella, kind of between those two, probably Rapunzel. So I'd say I'd like to be Rapunzel, but I really love Moana as well. I know she's more of a recent one. I mean, imagine living on an island like that. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. I can't decide between those. Those are two of my favourite ones. I wanted to pick one that wasn't necessarily my favourite Disney princess, but is one that I would like to be. But I guess Rapunzel is probably the main one, to be honest. Next question is from Natasha and she says, if you could go back to any point in time, what would it be and why? I'm guessing you mean a point in time in my life specifically. That's really difficult. Honestly, I don't know. I think either to a few years ago when I went to Disneyland, because that was quite a good year. Well, the majority of the year was good. The end of the year wasn't so great, but that first part of the year was really good. Like, the first 3/4 of the year, shall we say, were really good. Or I'd go back to primary school because I loved primary school. Honestly, I miss it so much. I know it sounds weird, and a lot of people usually say they miss high school when they leave. I don't really miss high school, but I miss primary school still to this day. And I mean, I swear it's been about 9 years since I left primary school. Yeah, I think about 9 years, which is pretty scary, so don't like to think about that too much, but probably primary school just so I could relive those memories because it was just the best. The next question's from Kira and she says, how much are you going to miss college when you leave? I guess this kind of leads on from the last question about, you know, missing primary school and stuff. I don't miss high school really at all. I know that sounds bad, but I just don't. I mean, it was okay, but a lot of it I didn't enjoy, so I know, I guess it's personal preference, but I've been there for 2 years and in a couple of weeks' time it is my last ever show and then I'll be finished, and honestly I am going to miss it so much. It has been 2 of the best years of my life, to be honest. I've had some of the most incredible opportunities through college and just met some amazing people, done some amazing things. It's just been so good, and I've already been getting upset about leaving, so I know for a fact that I'm going to be an emotional wreck on the day of the last show, and I really don't want to leave because then that means I have to start being an adult, you know, get a job. I'm going to miss it a lot. I don't even think I can put it into words. It's been 2 of the best years in the world, so it's going to be so sad to go. The next question's from Connor and he said, what is your favourite era out of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s and noughties? Obviously I was born late 90s, so I wasn't alive for a lot of these eras, and I was only alive for a small fraction of the 90s. But I'd probably say I really like the noughties for like the music. I love noughties music. I do kind of like 90s music as well though. But also 80s. This is really difficult. I'd probably say 80s, 90s and noughties are the main ones, but I don't know which one I'd prefer out of those 3. That's really difficult actually. Maybe the noughties, just because it's the music I remember from like my childhood and stuff, and it's music I grew up with, so whenever I hear like typical noughties music it just reminds me of that, so maybe noughties. But I really liked the 80s fashion, it's really cool, and the 90s music was pretty awesome as well, so it's quite a difficult one. The next question's from Hayden and he said, if you were to direct, write and star in your own play or musical, what would it be called and what would it be about? That's difficult. That is very difficult. There are so many things that I could do. Honestly, I'm really struggling to answer this one. I can't think. I don't think I'd want to do a musical about my life. I don't know if I'd want to do that, but I don't know what else to make a musical about. It'd be Disney related, wouldn't it? It'd be fairy tale themed or something like that. I don't know what I'd call it. I feel like I haven't answered this question properly at all, but honestly, this is something that would take a lot of thought and I don't think I could answer right now. I don't know, that's really hard. It'd be a musical for sure, because I love musicals. The next question is from Em, and she said, what's been the biggest thing to help you build your confidence? Because I can really tell you're much more confident. Thank you, Em. I'm glad that's showing because it is definitely improving as time is going on. I guess there's been a few things that have really helped my confidence, mainly over the past few years. I've always been a very insecure person and not been confident in myself, and no matter what people say, I still doubt myself. I've always been like that, and I still am like that quite a bit now to this day, but I have definitely improved in terms of confidence in general. And one of the things, honestly, that has helped me is making videos. I know it sounds crazy, but it really has, because I don't know, it's just talking to a camera and uploading these videos for hundreds of people to see. It has improved my confidence, and a lot of people have been watching my videos and talking to me about them and sort of saying that they enjoy them, and I don't know, it's a great way to communicate with people, and these videos are just fun to make. And I suppose when you're making a video, it's better to be more confident. Just making YouTube videos in general has really helped my confidence. Just the more I've done it, I can feel the confidence growing, so YouTube is definitely one of the main things. Also, probably, I spoke about this in my anxiety video, I think. Doing a lot of the stuff that I've been doing at college has really helped my confidence, especially when we did that musical theatre week that I spoke about. And if you haven't heard about that, then I guess you could go watch the anxiety video, but that is quite long, so I don't blame you if you don't want to see that. Stuff I do with Tread, which I've spoken about before, the people who I did the Cinderella panto with, that's definitely helped my confidence a lot. So yeah, they're the main things that have really helped. But I mean, I'm still getting there. I'm still struggling with my confidence a lot of the time, so it's not perfect yet, don't get me wrong. The next question is from Reed, and he said, if you could live in any time period, what would it be and why? Oh, that's really difficult. Some of these questions are really good. I've never had questions like this before, to be honest. It's quite interesting. To be honest, I don't think I'd want to go back too early, because I feel like things around the world have improved a lot since like the past, and I don't know, this sort of era I'm quite happy with, so I think I'd just stay in this era. I know that's a really rubbish answer, but I can't really think of one that I'd prefer to live in. Or I'd like to go back to ancient Greek eras maybe. I quite like that. And also in history, when I did history at GCSE in year 11, I learnt about the American West, and I think that's really cool. I'd love to go back to that and see what that was really like. I don't know, probably American West or ancient Greeks, that sort of time. I think that'd be quite cool to look back on, but I don't know if I'd want to permanently live like that, because I quite like being in the present moment, so I don't know. Again, I've answered that question terribly. Sorry about that. I'm not used to all these kinds of questions. I don't normally get ones like this, so it's been quite a challenge to answer some of these. The next question is from Matt, and he says, what is your favourite ride at Disneyland? Now, obviously, I've only ever been to Disneyland Paris, so I can't speak for the other parks, but to pick a favourite, I mean, that's difficult. I really love the Rock and Roller Coaster. The Aerosmith one in the Walt Disney Studios park. Oh, and I also like the Tower of Terror as well, that's a good one. Or maybe the Peter Pan one, purely because Peter Pan's my favourite, and it's kind of, you know, the nice memories of Peter Pan, and it obviously gives me all the feels. I really love It's a Small World as well. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion because most people think it's awful, but I love it. I know it's for kids, but I don't care. There's so many, I don't think I could pick a favourite, to be honest. Oh, Space Mountain's really good. Yeah, this one is another very difficult one to answer because I just love them all. I think I'm gonna go with the Rock and Roller Coaster. I remember when I went a few years ago, at the end of the holiday, we were talking about which ride we'd enjoyed the most, and I remember saying that one. So I'm gonna say that one, but it's hard to pick a definite favourite. but I guess you kind of have an idea of some of like the main ones that I love. The next question is from Shannon, and she said, who inspires you? Now, there are a lot of people that inspire me. There are people maybe that are more well known or more famous or whatever that inspire me, but then there's people maybe that I just know personally that inspire me. So there's probably a very long list of people that inspire me. Literally, this has just clicked in my head now. I could do a video on that. If you would like that, maybe I could do a separate video just talking about all the different people that inspire me, or a few people that inspire me, because I mean, I probably couldn't fit it all into one video. And I could go from talking about celebrities or well-known people down to people that I know personally really well. And I could just list a few people and why they inspire me. So I think that'd actually be a really nice video, so please let me know in the comments if you want to see that. But yeah, I guess I can't really answer that in one video because there's so many people that inspire me in so many different ways and for so many different reasons. But yeah, I know I haven't answered it in this video, but maybe I can answer it with a video response, maybe. Would you want that? Let me know. I'm doing really bad at this Q&A. I'm sorry, like, it's actually annoying how bad I am at this. Next, I have two different questions from my friend Franny, and the first one is, what is my proudest achievement? One of them, probably the fact that I went to my Disneyland Paris audition, and I mean, I know I didn't get in, but I'm just so proud of myself for going and doing it because I've been putting it off for so long and I finally did it, so that's definitely a proud achievement for me. And also when I played Cinderella in the panto at Christmas and then played the fairy godmother in the schools tour version, because I worked my absolute ass off for that and I feel like it really paid off, and I feel like I'd improved so much doing that, and that is definitely a very proud achievement. It makes me feel a bit emotional talking about panto. And then obviously there's all the things throughout the years, like dance competitions that I used to do where I moved up to championship grade. I was so proud of myself for that because I never thought that was going to happen. Again, no confidence in myself whatsoever, so it was a bit of a shock when it happened. Yeah, there's quite a lot of things, but those are a few examples. And then next, she's asked me what my favourite memory is with her, Liv and Luke. If you don't know, Franny and Liv are two of my best friends and Luke is my boyfriend, and we spend quite a lot of time together, so we have had quite a few funny memories together. I mean, there's just so many. One of them was a recent one that just sticks in my head, and that was when we went to see the Addams Family musical last week, and we were walking through the car park. We'd gone to check the prices and stuff and how long we could stay there. And we were walking back towards the car, and the barrier where the cars come through, you know, like the, what's it called? I can't remember. That was coming back down again because the car had been underneath it, and it literally nearly knocked Liv straight out. She just missed it. It came down with quite a lot of force and she just missed it hitting her right on the head, and it was just such a funny moment. Like, it was just mental, and just everything in general. We just have so many laughs together. We play a lot of Mario Kart, that's usually quite entertaining. The list goes on. I have a lot of good memories with them because they're just amazing, and little Luke as well. We have a lot of funny moments with him too. Next, I have quite a lot of questions off Penny. First of all, one of the questions was, if I ask enough questions, will you give me a shout out? So yes, here is your shout out. Hello Penny. You have asked me quite a lot of questions, so I'm going to go through and answer them now. The first one is, oh, I forgot about this one. Why do you keep missing me out of your shout outs? Honestly, I always film these videos early, and then my mom comes and tells me after I film them, like, oh, you need to give Penny a shout out in this video, and I'm like, oh, I've already filmed it, it's too late. So now is your time for a shout out. The next question from Penny is, what is your earliest childhood memory? Oh God. I mean, I have a lot of memories from like old videos and stuff, so obviously those ones I remember from looking back at those, but one of the earliest memories that I physically remember happening myself without having to look at photos and stuff, I always remember like little things, like really little details, like when I used to sit in the living room and watch Barney. Like, I remember some of those moments. I know it sounds so stupid, but some of those little moments stick in my head. And I remember Disneyland Paris really well when I went when I was 4. Again, I know it's Disney, but that genuinely is true. I remember it quite well. When we went back a few years ago, it all like hit me at once. So I was like, oh my god, I remember all this. Like there were a lot of things that I remembered so well. So I do have quite a good memory of like childhood related stuff. Even like the little details I can often remember quite well. She also asked, if you could be anyone for a day, who would you be and what would you do? Oh my god, there's so many people I could be. Maybe I'd be someone like, this will just, I feel like I need to stop making everything about Disney. This is why I made a separate channel for Disney related stuff. But to be honest, one of the people I thought of was Walt Disney, because then I could see everything behind the scenes. Do you know what I mean? I'd get to be a part of everything and I'd get to see what really goes on, and like maybe go to the parks and get to see all the backstage stuff, that sort of thing, and just get to see what his life was like for a day, like coming up with new film ideas, stuff like that. I'd just love to see all that, and obviously he's the main guy who started it all. It'd just be really interesting, I think. The next one is, what made you start vlogging? To be honest, it was Zoe, as in Zoella. You probably know who she is. I'd be surprised if you didn't, but Zoe is another YouTuber that's been making videos for a very long time. She has like 11 million subscribers, I think, which is crazy. She was one of the reasons I started. Like, I watched her videos and it really inspired me, and I thought, oh, that'd be really cool. I want to have a go at that. Like, I'd never really done anything like that before, so I thought it'd be quite interesting to try it out for myself. Also, around the time I started making videos, I was really struggling with quite a few things. I'd had a bit of a bad breakup. I found out some sad news about a close family friend. Things were just spiraling downhill at this point, so I think it was kind of my escape, and it just sort of made me feel a lot better, and it was kind of my way to distract myself, and then I ended up really enjoying it, so I've carried on doing it. Even when I'm at my happiest points in life, I'm still loving making videos, and I think it's definitely helped my happiness as well as my confidence, like I was talking about earlier. But yeah, they're like the main things that were the reason that I started making videos in general, so yeah. Okay, so that's all the questions from Penny, so thank you so much for those. What's going on with my hair? The next question is from Hayley, and she asked me what is my favourite Tread routine that I've done. So again, Tread is the musical theatre group, would you say, that I am with and did all these shows with, that I spoke to you about a lot of times before, and she's asked me what my favourite routine is that I've ever done there. Oh god, I love them all. I really like the Mamma Mia ones that we did. I mainly did them with college though, I didn't do them at Tread, but they were probably like some of my favourites. Oh, that's so difficult. I really like Dance with the Devil, that one's a good one. Oh, or maybe Sax, what we did for Panto. That's a good one. Oh, this is really difficult. Oh, I just love them all, honestly, I love them all. I don't know how I could ever pick. There's so many. They're some of like my top favourites though. Oh, Hand Jive as well. Hand Jive was a really good one. The next question is from Megan, and she asked me what my favourite part to play in musical theatre is and why. I'm guessing you mean like what is my favourite part that I've ever played. There's obviously parts that I'd love to play that I've never played before, but out of the ones that I have done, again, like, it's so difficult. I really loved being Cinderella. I know that's technically more classed as Panto, but it's kind of still musical theatre. I absolutely loved being Cinderella. That's probably one of the best shows I've ever been in, if not the best show. So I'm probably going to go with Cinderella, although I have played some pretty awesome parts throughout my performing career, or performing time. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Probably Cinderella. I'm going to stick with that one. The next question is from Dan, and he said, out of all the videos you've uploaded, which one did you have the most fun making? Honestly, some of my favourite videos to make are the really chatty ones, although one of my favourite videos I ever made was probably my Brighton one, just to edit it, because I loved the way I edited it all together and I really liked the music, and it's just something that I'd been wanting to do for a long time. Like, I'd always wanted to go to Brighton and I always wanted to make a cute little video out of it, and I finally did. And I mean, I know things have changed since then, so it's not quite the same anymore. I did enjoy making that video, and I do like making the montage-y style ones. They're quite a lot of fun to do. I do like doing a lot of the collab videos as well, like some that I've done with my sister. They've been really fun to do. I've also got another exciting collab video coming soon. I don't know when that's going to be up. I don't know when. I haven't filmed it yet. I don't know when that's going to happen, but that will be soon, and that should be quite interesting, quite fun. So yeah, that wasn't really a specific answer. I just gave a lot of answers, which wasn't really helpful. Q&A videos can be a lot harder than I thought. I'm sorry. You've probably stopped watching by now. I mean, come on, I'm rubbish at this. The next question's from Liv, and she said, if your life could be like one Disney movie, which one would you choose? Peter Pan. It's gotta be Peter Pan. I mean, getting to fly away to Neverland with Peter Pan, that'd be so cool, and never having to grow up. I mean, who wouldn't want that? I don't want to grow up. I mean, who wants to be an adult? Why wouldn't you want to be a kid for the rest of your life and just not have to deal with responsibilities, you know? I'm gonna go with Peter Pan. Definitely. It's just the best Disney film ever. I love it so much. Although Wreck-It Ralph would be cool. Imagine living your life in a video game. That would be quite interesting. The next question is from Stacey, and she said, what is your top/favourite moment during all the years of dancing? Again, I've spoken about it before. I used to do freestyle dancing, and I did a lot of competitions and exams and shows and stuff. But my number one memory from the whole of my dancing career has got to be when I became a sponsored dancer, because that was just something I never expected in a million years, and it was just unreal for me. Like, I honestly could not believe it. I was like, surely this isn't happening to me. Because I just thought, oh, people who get, if you don't really know what it means, some costume designers or certain brands involved in freestyle dance will often sponsor certain dancers so that they get their costumes or accessories or whatever it is specifically for free, and they get new costumes every so often. They're sort of there to like represent the dance company. I got sponsored by my favourite dance costume company ever, Dance House, and it was just unreal. I honestly could not believe it. We'd been getting a lot of costumes from them for a long time, and we'd gotten really close with them, and I always thought to myself, oh, the people who get sponsorships are just like all the people who are like the best dancers, like the ones that are really flexible, are in like the top grade, they're just amazing. And I was just, you know, I wasn't like one of the best or anything. I just, you know, was just an average dancer, I guess. So I just never expected it. But their sort of thing wasn't about sponsoring dancers who were just the best of the best. It was more about like the personality and loyalty and dedication. So that was sort of like the reason, and it was just the most amazing thing. I actually found out on my 17th birthday, which was the same birthday where I found out I was going to Disneyland Paris. So as you can imagine, that was a very emotional birthday for me, because in the morning I found out I was going to Disneyland Paris, and then later on in the day when I got back from sixth form, I found out I was going to be sponsored and it was a big surprise, and it was amazing. Like, still to this day I'm so proud of that achievement, and that is 100% my favourite memory from doing dance. I just gave me so much more confidence, and I just never would have expected it to happen to little old me. So it was just amazing, and I can't thank those guys enough for sponsoring me. So it was just amazing. And obviously I met so many amazing people through dance, like so many amazing friends, and that's something that has stayed with me forever, because a lot of those friends I'm still close with today, so I love that. Now on to the final question, which you're probably very happy about because I've rambled a lot. This question is from Orla, and she says, if you could only watch one Disney film for the rest of your life, what would it be? The obvious answer would probably be Peter Pan, because it's my favourite. Maybe Tangled or Moana, because I've watched that so many times and I just haven't got sick of it yet. Or maybe one of the classics. Probably Peter Pan. This is really difficult. I don't think I'd ever survive if I could only watch one Disney film for the rest of my life. Maybe The Lion King. I don't know. All of them. I feel like I should say Peter Pan because it's my favourite one. But then I couldn't live without any of the other Disney films, so. Okay, so that is all the questions answered. I feel like I got through those quickly, but at the same time I definitely didn't, because this video is going to be really long. and I just rambled a lot, which is just the norm for me. But yeah, that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below any other questions you have for me for a future Q&A video, and I could maybe do another one soon. And yeah, don't forget to let me know about that separate video about people who inspire me, or any other video suggestions you have in general. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because that would be awesome. And also subscribe to my Esme Ever After channel and my Esme Extra channel, which will be linked down below. Yeah, that's it. I will see you in the next video. Bye!